During wartime, the status and the enforcement of international agreements can become complex and contentious. Here is the legal analysis how the international agreements are treated during the conflicts within the focus of 1965 Indo-Pakistani War. Status of international agreements during the war. Number 1. Suspension and termination. Suspension. International agreements may be suspended during the armed conflict if their execution becomes impossible or if the conflict fundamentally changes the circumstances under which the agreements were concluded. For instance, the trade agreements or the treaties requiring peaceful cooperation might be suspended. Termination. In some cases, war can lead to the termination of the treaty, especially if the conflict directly contradicts the treaty terms or objectives. However, the termination is less common and often requires formal procedures. Number 2. Humanitarian law and Geneva Conventions. Geneva Convention. These remain in force during the conflicts, providing protection for non-combat prisoners of war and the wounded. Both India and Pakistan were the parties to the Geneva Convention during the 1965 war, which meant they were legally bound to adhere to these humanitarian laws despite of their ongoing conflict. Number 3. United Nations Charter. The Charter obligates member states to settle their disputes peacefully and refrain from using threat or use of force against territorial or political independence of any state. During the 1965 war, the UN Security Council involvement and the subsequent ceasefire under Resolution 211 show a strong character of UN. Bilateral agreement. Pre-war agreement like Indus Water Treaty between India and Pakistan to be continued respected during the war. This treaty, broken by the World Bank, managed to use of water river and remain in force, highlighted that some agreement has to prevail. Post-war agreements. The Tashkent Agreement was direct result of the war, aiming to restore peace and normalize the relations. It requires both nations to withdraw pre-war position and restore economical diplomatic ties. Legal implication and enforcement. Number 1. International arbitration and the adjudication. Despite of arising from the suspension or the alleged breaches of the treaties during the war, can be referred to international arbitration or adjudication. The run of Kutch arbitration between India and Pakistan, which was concluded in 1968, is an example of resolving territory dispute. State responsibility and reparation. States may be held responsible for the breaches of international law during the conflicts. This includes violation of humanitarian right or other binding agreement. Reparation or the compensation must be sought through international courts or tribunal. Diplomatic and political consideration. The enforcement of international agreement during the war often involves significant diplomatic and political consideration. The law of mediators such as UN or other neutral parties can be crucial in negotiating ceasefires and the post-settlement. The status of international agreement during the war is governed by a complex interplay of legal principles, humanitarian considerations, and political realities. While some agreements may be suspended or terminated, others, especially those who are related to humanitarian law, remain binding and enforceable. 1965 Indo-Pak War provides a clear example how international law continues to operate even the time of conflict, ensuring some level of order and protection again in the chaos of war.